And hello, welcome to another, I guess percentages, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing with this thing. So I got reminded of something that happened, around 2 weeks ago. Phil Fish is resurfacing from the depths of wherever the hell he's been. See what I did there? Fish depths, yeah. But yeah, him coming out and saying that anybody who plays their games on YouTube, plays his games on YouTube, owes him money for it, and compared it to streaming a movie for public viewing and stuff. I'm not gonna say I'm of two minds on it, because I think he's utterly wrong, but I can see what he's trying to go for. Game developers do make a lot of content that people abuse online, and it makes a lot of people a lot of money. I mean, PewDiePie makes what, $44 million a year or something, or a month, or it's some stupid amount, and it's ridiculous that he makes that much money for being a fucking asshole on the internet. But something that I don't think game developers get, like Nintendo, which Nintendo, I want to believe in you so badly, but you don't seem to understand the internet still. But like even Phil Fish and stuff, they don't seem to get this. And Ubisoft pulling down Far Cry 3 gameplay, and like just the list goes on. And I don't think game devs get the fact that this is amazing fucking press and amazing advertising for them. Some developers do. Some developers love it. Some developers encourage you to play their games online. Encourage you to make Let's Plays and stuff, because it's amazing for them. Like, I bought Fez because I saw Let's Plays of it. Phil Fish would not have gotten a purchase from me if I had not seen somebody else playing that game. So his talking about it taking away money from him, no, it doesn't. You probably get more money because somebody else plays it. Like Fallout New Vegas, I pirated the game a very long time ago, back when it first came out. I played it on my old laptop, running like shit, and I played probably about 400 hours of it. And I purchased the game on 360 to make up for the piracy, and blah 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 blah. Did that. Well, and then I started watching Al Chessbreach on YouTube. And he reminded me how much I loved that game, because he plays a lot of it by reviewing mods, and he did a modded playthrough of the game. So I rebought Fallout New Vegas one time when it was on sale on Steam. I wouldn't have done that normally. I picked it and Fallout 3 both up at the same time. And that was more sales generated because somebody on YouTube was playing a game, and I decided, hey, that looks fun. I have 300 and... I bought some games over the Steam sale, which was stupid of me, but I have 337 games in Steam right now. Battle Block Theater, I know the behemoth, I love them, but I had not bought it when it came out on PC because I hadn't played the game, and I watched a Let's Play of it. I watched somebody play the game, and I thought, oh, that looks awesome. I will get this game. Pixel Drunk Shooter. I owned a PS3 back when Pixel Drunk Monsters was new, and I haven't owned one since. So I'd never played any of the other Pixel Drunk games. Saw somebody doing a Let's Play of it on YouTube. Bought the game. Rogue Legacy. I watched 3 playthroughs. The game looked awesome. I bought the game. I have purchased a lot of games because I've seen those Let's Plays. I don't get where developers come from thinking that they're having things stolen from them. Like Nintendo says that they want a cut of what is being made off of those videos because it's stealing their sales and stuff, and they're gonna cut all story mode out of Smash Bros. because people aren't gonna play it because they're just gonna be spoiled. I haven't played a Smash Bros. Game since what was the GameCube one? Melee or Brawl or something? I don't remember which order they come in. But having seen like the new stuff that they showed off around E3 this year, kinda made me want to get a Wii U or a 3DS so I could play it again, because I saw gameplay of it online. And yes, in their context, it was one of their stuff, and yeah, I don't know. Like I see a lot of Let's Plays and I see a lot of reviewers, like Total Biscuit, and he talked about this too when Phil Fish opened his fucking mouth. Which Phil Fish, fuck off. Like, just go away. You're not a good game designer. Your game was mediocre at best, and you as a person are too overdramatic and far too unstable to be in a profession that is surrounded by a lot of shitty people. So just go do something else with your life. Thanks for the game, but just dude, no. And I'm not defending the shitty people that attack him and stuff, but no, just go away. But like I see I watch a lot of Jesse Cox stuff, and I watch WoW Krendor and Noble 87. Noble 87 single-handedly, with all of his WoW lore videos and stuff, may get me to buy Mists of Pandaria and Warlords of Draenor and start playing World of Warcraft again. Between him and The Instance, which I still listen to even though I haven't played World of Warcraft since 2000... It's been more than 4 years since the last time I played, so it's been 2010 at the latest that I played. Because I think I quit before I moved from Utah, so yeah, it would have been mid-2010 that I quit playing WoW. And those two things, especially Noble's lore videos, because they're really good, which are all gameplay, and they take the in-game cutscenes and stuff, and he talks about the lore behind it and everything. Those two things are going to probably get me to spend $60 on a game and then spend $15 a month giving money to Blizzard. All because I see gameplay of it and it makes me want to play the game. And that's something that game devs need to embrace and use instead of trying to fight it. And there aren't many who are still trying to fight it. I mean, Ubisoft is Ubisoft. Fuck Ubisoft. I could go on a rant about... I'm done with Ubisoft games. It makes me sad because Rayman is awesome, but I'm not buying another Ubisoft game. Which I'm just gonna say this now in a context so I can call back to it later. I bet anything that Ubisoft will sell female characters for Assassin's Creed 3 or Assassin's Creed 5 or whatever the fuck this is, Unity, whatever it is. I bet they will sell female characters as DLC and act like they are the second fucking coming for doing it. But yeah. Anyway, game devs need to embrace that because it will help them along the way. It will help them sell far more games and build much better communities around those games. Bethesda has amazing communities built up around their games because they give the modding tools, they tell people do whatever the fuck you want, and they don't try to get rid of people who make the mods or make the videos around their games. My friend just bought Skyrim. I bought all the DLC for Skyrim because I saw a really, really cool mod that I wanted to play that required the DLC. I spent $40 on DLC this was, I guess, back in Texas, so about half a year ago. But I never would have bought the DLC because I never wanted to play it, but I saw a mod that was attached to it and thought, hey, I want to play this. I'll drop $40 for it. If I hadn't seen somebody play through the new Wolfenstein, actually I watched Brian Brushwood play through it. If I hadn't seen somebody play through that, I never would have gotten that game because the last 4 Wolfensteins have sucked, or however many since Wolfenstein 3D. And Return was good too. Wolfenstein 3D sucked, didn't it? I can't remember. There was that one that came out on the PS2 or whatever that was utter garbage. But they they're getting what would the amount of loyalty that these videos give to games and the communities that build up around these games because of these personalities on YouTube. That is, you could not pay a PR firm enough to get you that. You could not, there is not enough money in the world unless you just paid users to play your game. Like if Blizzard paid everybody to play World of Warcraft or something. Like there's no way that communities, you could pay to have a community that tightly knit around your game as some of the, like, there's no good reason that Outlast, which is an awesome game and I'm gonna buy because I watched a damn playthrough. I just not buying games right now. There's no good reason why Outlast should have been as popular as it was. And I know it didn't do stupidly insane numbers, but for an indie horror game that has no combat, it's a horror game on top of that, and horror games don't sell well lately because, well, there haven't been any horror games since, like, Silent Hill 3? There hasn't been any true horror in a while. Maybe Dead Space 1, but that was more just stupid stuff popping out of vents. But there haven't been many real horror games, and horror games never do huge numbers. Like, Resident Evil did, but Resident Evil also hasn't been horror since 4, 3, and Outlast did really well because of the Let's Play community. Because people watch other people play that game, and they're like, oh, hey, I'm gonna buy it. Communities will always be there, and they will form around things like that. And trying to stomp that out is stomping out your own fucking business. And that goes for a lot of other things too, like podcasts and movies. Man, don't share whole entire movies and stuff. But man, I've seen some like art GIFs and stuff get taken off Tumblr. I've seen posts have to be deleted because stuff like that. I don't know. Like, just don't do that. Let communities thrive up around your stuff. Wow, I've done 3 episodes about communities. You can tell what I've been thinking about. Let things thrive around your things. You will build up, like Brian and Justin. A fucking BB Live show started off with like 10 people who watched it. There was like sometimes only like 3 or 4 of us in that chat room. And I don't know their numbers now. I'm not gonna ask, but they're doing pretty well for themselves. You know, they're making $8,000 a month, almost $9,000 a month. Maybe a little bit more by now, probably. I haven't checked their Patreon in a while. And all because they built up a tight-knit community around them, and they don't tell that community what they can and can't do with their stuff. You know, they let us do what Photoshops. They encourage stuff. They encourage people remixing their stuff. They encourage people drawing things and recutting video, and they encourage all of that. And it has built the most loyal fucking community and fan base around that show. A show that shouldn't make nearly as much money as it does. A show that, when it has an ad for Squarespace, which I use for my website, great. I'm not sponsored by them, of course, because I have about -4 listeners. But when they do an ad about dogs licking their own assholes as an actual ad for an actual company that is paying them money, or they do an ad where they just shit on the company that is paying them. Like they did an ad read that was just them shitting on how awful a website looked, and it turned out that it was actually a Squarespace based website. They have done that kind of stuff. Like they do that, and they still make more money than most of us will ever see just from that one venture, let alone fucking around with everything else they do. And they have a loyal fucking fan base that will follow them to hell and back because of what they do and what they allow. So game devs, fucking get on it. Do your shit and let people do the things they want to do. Because if you do, they will buy your game. They will come to your shit in droves because they will love you. Anyway, that's about it for me. I'm going to stop ranting about the communities again. I think this is going to be the last one I do about communities, and I'm going to try to figure out what the hell I'm doing with the show. Maybe I'll actually start doing a news segment, talk about shit that's going on, and move on to gaming and stuff. Because I've actually been playing a lot of video games lately, and I really want to talk about them. Like SteamWorld Dig, which by the time this comes out, because this will come out Sunday. So yeah, the review for that is up. Holy shit, that game is really good. Like, for a game that shouldn't be as fun as it is, because it's just digging, it's really fun. Like, seriously, go buy SteamWorld Dig. I don't care if it's full price or on sale. Go fucking buy it. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go try to get some sleep, because it's 8:08 in the morning, and it's already almost 80 in my room with my fan on. So I'm not sleeping anytime soon. Anyway, Gabby out.